Welcome back, everyone, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. Finally, there is 10 players in the server, but not really who you'd expect, or maybe you would, I don't know. JW was having problems, wasn't able to connect, so Devilwalk will be standing in. You know, he's a major winner himself. It's not a bad substitute to come in after all.
Yeah, he played in, you know, the old fnatic lineup back in the day. He was kind of the support player, so I don't think he's going to quite have the impact of JW. But they've got Olaf Meister, so Olaf can take up maybe more of a... I don't know, would you really want to switch other players up just for one game? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what they do in this one. But yeah, Devilwalk stepping in for JW. It's not the end of the world, but it's certainly not great.
But it's also perhaps for the best. If JW is ill, I mean, obviously he posted 2-3 hours ago that he was really ill, probably wouldn't be able to play tonight. So not too surprised by this one. They are up against TSM. Now, TSM on Mirage have beaten them 5 times. It's 5-0 on Mirage. fnatic yet to beat them in 2015. That's a big statistic. And actually, TSM, if you look even towards their offline, they are kind of fnatic's bogey team.
Someone had to be eventually, I guess. Someone's got to stop someone winning every single event. So, but even though with that Mirage stat included, I still wouldn't put TSM anywhere near the caliber of fnatic overall. But then again, it's a fnatic without JW, so it's like it's a big loss. So for me, in a best of 3, this would be fnatic's game personally. It's an argued point, but I don't think TSM's going to have quite the challenge they'd normally have on this one either.
No, and we did just see them against Penta. Don't think they're going to be quite so overconfident, just piling straight into the sites. They managed to go 6-0 up and just carry on running through them on the T side. Ended up 16-8 if you missed that game. Was as to be expected. I think they're going to face a little bit more resistance this time around, even if Devilwalk is in there instead of JW.
Yeah, my one interest for this now is where do they put Devilwalk? Do they put him into the similar role as JW to not disturb the other players, or put him back to what he used to do, which was more of a supportive player? I don't even recall him even AWPing back in those days. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how he kind of slots into this. He may just try and pick up the pieces and leave Olaf as the main guy in this.
I wonder if we see Flusher decide to go for the AWP sometimes. I don't know. He does sometimes. And I remember talking to Devilwalk when he was here for Pro League. It's just like, yeah, sometimes he just likes to do it, so we just let him.
It depends if fnatic want to treat this as a kind of throwaway game then. That's the thing. It's like if you want real practice against TSM, you play everyone in the closest role they can, and Devilwalk has to slot into place. If you want people just to kind of have fun, pick up roles, not take it as 100% seriously, then yeah, Flusher can pick up the AWP, Devilwalk can just kind of slip into another role, and it can go that way. It depends what fnatic wants to do with this. It's pretty much down to them. TSM can go into the super serious and then face off against a completely different fnatic, and it could catch them off, to be fair.
I only say it because I can see him running around with it at the moment, but he's only in a little warm up there, just went in to get the knife round underway. And she wants everybody sorted themselves out. They'll be good to go. How much do we read into this one then? Obviously,
not much.
No, I mean,
I'm going to be really honest because it's JW. If you lost out on...
I'm thinking from a TSM's perspective. Like, how do they approach this? They go, okay. I mean, personally for me, if I was up against them and I was like, JW's not going to play, I'd be like, oh, thank God. That's great. We're going to be up against Devilwalk, which is not to discredit him, but JW has definitely come into like one of the best players in CSGO in 2015 and arguably 2014.
Well, the only thing that could happen is if TSM have done their homework on the standardized fnatic, I don't know if you can call it standard, but the JW fnatic, they may not be expecting what they're going to come into against a slightly adapted fnatic. It's probably weaker overall, but different. You know, when they go for these executions towards a site, what happens when people aren't in the place they expect? What happens if someone changes up? It's a bit of a back and forth game. I just excited to see Devilwalk play, to be fair. I think they're just getting ready for the knife, which would be quite important on this one. They want to start this one off correctly. I'm not sure if my game's closed or if it's just mine or yours as well. Not sure. We'll find out.
Mine as well.
Wonderful. We'll see what's going on. Oh, things are great right now. But yeah, we get to see Devilwalk, which I'm always pleased with, because I can give him a bit of grief if he's not playing very well.
Everybody's went. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Well, the knife round will not.
Maybe happening.
Will be maybe not, but we'll get things in there in a moment since the pistol's ready to go. But it's really hard to read into this one when it's a substitute.
Yeah, there's no point sugarcoating this, because if it was any other player, you might say, well, okay, well, Flusher can call for Pronax, so maybe they could take that role, right? Maybe like X could cover Y, but JW is such a character, such a pivotal piece in the fnatic puzzle that it's hard to replace him. Olaf is just as capable of an AWPer at times, maybe very different in style and position, but just as capable. But I don't know. I just don't see them having the same impact in this game.
Well, Olaf has definitely been one of the best players in the world, I feel, in 2015, if not the best player in the world. While JW was certainly fantastic previously, you just look to Olaf might say, look towards his obviously Katowice performances, and really every LAN performance he's had since then. He has been incredible. Definitely has it in him. Here we go, though. Pistol round underway, and we are going to see Olaf Meister at the window.
And looking at TSM's side as they are starting out on the T side. A lot more cautious. Last time when they were playing against Penta, they all rushed mid. So very different. A lot of decoys over towards A. And still not actually gaining any ground. They're just taking their time, and I don't blame them. They clearly have a plan in mind, TSM. And this matchup is one I've been looking forward to. It's a shame we don't quite get the full Fnatic experience. But we get Devil Walk and, you know...
Is it Fnatic Light?
Yeah. No, it's not saying Fnatic 0, I guess. And looking at the smokes they put in, Kerrigan's being dedicated towards A, yet the bomb is completely over by B. So they're trying to keep players, and they have done, towards this A site. Now, Crims takes down Kerrigan, but can Pronax buy time enough here? Oh, that's perfect. Picking up Device with a bomb. That's going to give a couple more seconds for the others from Fnatic to come over and pick up the pieces.
Zipnik's perfect. Got around the back of Flusher as well, but Zipnik's now all alone, and he's got to get in and try and retake that one. The flash from Devil Walk will be on point. Catches Zipnik's off, but Zipnik's did take Crims down. And now Devil Walk, coach, substitute, stand in for JW in a one-on-one up against Zipnik's. Has to use his experience and just nail Zipnik's to the wall.
Really nicely done by Devil Walk in the end then. I feel he needs an upgrade to that knife, because that's not a pretty looking knife, that Urban Mars.
It's a little rusty.
Doesn't look good, but regardless of the knife, that was a great play from Devil Walk. He's going to get himself the scout. Everyone else going in for the Famases. And on the TSM side, we only see one Deagle. We saw them actually doing really well with the Deagles before. And Devil Walk will be the one with that scout. So, I'm not sure what to make of it just yet. I think TSM looking like they want to do something almost similar. And I wonder if they can pull that many players from Fnatic once again across. But this time, a little different. Flusher starting to look. Olaf a bit more confident. And why not? They've got the guns, and they can certainly use them.
Yeah, nailing them. Easy stuff, cleaning up with the FAMAS device. Trying to get the Deagle. Does manage to land it on Devil Walk. Going to be the single kill for the round for TSM, though. Fnatic will pick an easy round up there. Is anyone going to recover the scout? I think they're just going to leave it be. Stick with the FAMASes.
Yeah. And on the TSM side, not a great deal of money to work. Deagles galore will probably come out. Actually, the Deagle seems to be working its way back into the scene. You know, the crouch Deagles are starting to work, which I always like seeing. I always just love the Deagle in the likes of Source and even 1.6. You know, Source was a little bit like the railgun, but I always loved it in play. I thought it was quite fun to work around with. But it's starting to get a little bit of presence here.
Three-man stack.
Nicely done by Devil Walk and Flusher, then pushing up in mid, getting control of the map somewhere. They're going to have to kind of play retake towards A, but with Crims actually holding this down for now, it's done okay. But Cajun B takes him down, bomb is planted, and there's still 2 up for TSM.
Yeah, 3-man piling through, and it's worked out for them so far. They've managed to try and get around the bomb plant ticking. Zipnik, though, will get picked off. It's just Debris at the back. He's recovered one of those M4s. If he can keep them at bay, but no, Pronax just pushes straight on by. Clean defuse. They'll collect the M4 as well. And that'll be the 3rd round on the board. TSM, though, will go for gun round. And now we'll see what they've got.
Yeah, this is a big round coming in now. TSM going to get that buy going now. They've got a good bit of money in stock. A couple of plants here and there certainly helping towards that. And now we can see Olaf with the AWP coming in. No head armor either, not much else to work with, but he is going in towards this round with it. So the rest of the boys not sticking with M4s, going back towards the Famases, keeping those into play, and mostly splitting them up between A and B. So Flusher pushing his way up towards short again. Last time this happened, Devil Walk actually joined him in mid, but now they're being overwhelmed. Kerrigan breaks in, takes down Olaf. Connector's now a little open. Crims has to turn around, but great flashes and utility work coming out from Devil Walk, holding the back on that A ramp. If they wanted to execute at the same time, then that was certainly thrown off.
So Debris with the AWP, starting to put the pressure down. Did just get 31 kills, but that was against Penta on Mirage in the previous matchup. This time, testing his AWP skills, checking window while the rest of the team look to set up and try and push in through. Hit Zipnik's in Palace. Device and Cajun B, they're making their way up ramp. They're moving in towards A side. Devil Walk not quite getting caught out with the Molly, but will get taken down by Device, and now they're in on site. Crim's the only man on A now, just hidden by stairs.
I think they know they're going to struggle to take this round back. They feel Dupree still there, and he is. His presence becomes known, taking down flusha off
Pronax
short.
inside of him.
Pronax didn't get a clean shot off there. That's kind of dangerous, but he will at least get the kill in the end. But Crim's now and Pronax, I'd be surprised if they go for this.
Yeah, Device is ready as well. Pronax was going for the rotate. Device was already looking towards ramp. They are going to back away. I mean, it's the AWP and the M4 to keep a hold of, so pretty safe stuff for them. So TSM get their first round on the board.
Will they get away with the double AWP?
Oh, Crims is going to peek his Device, going to go looking for it. He's going to stop at the halfway line. Ooh, he fancies it. Little shoulder. Gets a little glimpse. Doesn't go for it, though.
But at least they know as well now that there's at least one AWP now in the hands of fnatic, and I'm not sure if they'll assume two, but they probably could. So now, the double AWP in play. Olaf is very poor, but he can be dropped off to that. Pronax can buy backup. And let's see who picks up the second AWP here. Who's this going to land on? Devilwalk looks like he's going for the M4. It's probably going to be Olaf, I can imagine, and maybe we are going to see flusha picking up. I'm not sure how I feel with this adaptation, this change. Let's see if flusha can bring this one to the forefront. Olaf's already doing his bit of work early on with the double, finding Dupree and Device in mid, and that's going to shut down TSM to such a huger level.
Yeah, so Olaf already doing work, and TSM, this Cajun B is going to try and go underpass. Carragher's pushing himself straight up, but Pronax is already there and short. That's going to be the AWP down. Damage done. Not a great deal Cajun B can do from this one. I'm going to expect a little bit of wonder, a little bit of style. We did see MBK getting that ace magnificently yesterday, but there's nowhere near in the same situation. Zipnix and Cajun B will be closed out on a perfect round there for fnatic in the end. Olaf Meister doing some grand opening frags.
Yeah, wonderful work from Olaf. And having such a huge caliber player in your side like that, who can slip into the roles as a primary AWPer, is just wonderful to see. But Crims, actually no, it's not Crims, it's flusha. Yet to make an impression into this game just yet. 0-2. He's mostly been playing by short and on B, so not really had much of a chance to. Devilwalk gonna assist with a nice little flash, but actually TSM all lining up towards A. Maybe feeling pressuring Devilwalk's the best idea, and why not? He's a little rusty. But he can still land these shots. He's got Crims by his side. Devilwalk finds Kerrigan, and one by one, they run and they fall. Crims with beautiful control, then taking down 3 just at the end, and even the one prior to make it 4. So fnatic looking strong, and TSM not making an impact yet on their T side.
That's just it. It's like, okay, Devilwalk's on A side. Let's try and put some pressure on him. We don't want to test flusha's AWP abilities too much. I mean, he's just sitting on Van. It's a pretty easy position for him, but when you got the gruesome twosome of Olaf Meister and Crims to back you up on that A side just to come around, it is seemingly easy. TSM didn't go for B side too often against Penta, whether that was just down to the fact that they were taking A so easily, or whether it's just preference. Set smoke's coming out though, and TSM going to make a steady play moving in. Great little counter from Devilwalk though. There's the pop flash over the top.
That'll do nicely.
That will do wonders for him. Guns down, gets the one, but it was enough. It was the bomb carrier down, but now the rest of the team completely smoked off. Gonna keep them at bay. Olaf Meister tries to hop up, will get caught out by Zipnix the second he shows himself over the top of that smoke. TSM yet to get the bomb plant down though. Now it's going in.
And to be fair, Devilwalk could have done more. Nice nade from flusha comes out, but he could have done more if someone was watching the push from Palace. Crims was looking for it above the smoke, but just couldn't quite see as one of the T-side players poured out. So that could have even gone better for him. However, the retake time begins. Crims wants to make his mark on the map now. Taking down Device. 3 players against the 2. Zipnix in a good spot, but not good enough. And now Cajun B smoked out, blocked out, and pinned to the wall. flusha comes up with the AWP. Diffuse came in. Pronax had faith in his team, and they will get every single gun they want back into play.
6-1. We were wondering how this substitute fnatic was going to work out. So far, it has been incredible. The full fnatic lineup has yet to take a victory over TSM on Mirage. This is starting off very well. Maybe Devilwalk's coming in as a bit of a lucky omen. Who knows? Olaf Meister once again heads himself in towards window. Dupree is going to be challenging him, but only with a AK this time around. And it doesn't look like he wants to go for it. Device alongside him. Are they going to try and double peek him? That nade will actually be on point, and we'll be straight at Device's feet.
They're really trying to pressure down mid here. It's 4 players dedicated to try and pinch in Olaf and negate him, and maybe they can work through Connector. It's actually very similar to what they were doing against Penta to a degree. Substantially more refined, but still quite close. Boost towards window. Olaf switched to the CZ, and Karrigan just in front of him has snuck through. He's gone around to CT. He's around the back of them now. He's got completely free reign, and now TSM need to stay alive to let him have some form of impact.
Flusher's the one that's pushed up to short. Karrigan continuing through kitchen. They are going to rotate straight through bid. Flusher's going to get caught by surprise here. He's not going to expect Karrigan in the back of bench there, unless he happens to just look around the side. Yeah, Karrigan going to completely catch him unawares.
He's going to wait though.
And that's an AWP. Immediately collected. Karrigan, is he going to switch to it? He's going to stick with the Galil. Can't find it. He's going to stay with the Chatterbox. Olafmeister on the rotate. Krim's going round, but that is now TSM are in a great position here. I don't think fnatic can go for this.
Device already set up for the push towards short. We've got Cajun B at the top of mid, and they're just so ready for it. As soon as they got Karrigan behind them, they bought the time. They fell back passively towards the top of mid, pushed towards B, waited for him to get the bomb down, and as soon as that bomb went in, Device was already ready, Cajun B was already ready, and they were prepared off the back of that one single opening move.
Yeah, so TSM, not only do they get the bomb down, all 5 members stay alive on what was a little bit of a mishmash. A couple of Galils were in there, but Device keeps hold of that AWP, does just about survive, along with Cajun B, of course, on their AK. But so now they've got themselves a double AWP. They rescued, I think it was Olafmeister, they managed to pull out the window there. And now let's see what TSM can do with it. fnatic, of course, can afford to just buy straight back up on this one. Olafmeister will be heading back to that window with the AWP. But this time, Karrigan and Device are the ones that will be challenging. It looks like it's going to be all going towards A ramp.
I want to see if Device goes for a cheeky first pick. He is. He's waiting for Krims to cross it. And just a second late as the smoke plumed. And Devilwalk pushing up very aggressively. This is somewhat of a newer trend. Pushing up towards that smoke. Before, they'd still sit back passively. I'm pretty sure Device might have known that was an underarm throw. I'm not too certain. I think that's why he switched up to the secondary. Just lurking around, seeing if he can spot anything. But regardless of that, Karrigan has got a good opening shot towards jungle. Krims isn't far away from there. He's got to be cautious. And Karrigan taking a lot of damage off the nade. So it looks like A almost needs to be played as a retake at this point. They've lost so much control here, and Krims is just dancing on the line. But what a shot comes out, finding Device. And Karrigan holding his nerve here. But Krims is such a crazy good player. Look at that play. Karrigan goes down. He even goes back for a little more. Why not? He's landing these shots. Just a little taps down, and he gets another. Dupree falls. Can't get the spray in the end towards Cajun B. But by now, Cajun is locked down by Olaf. And even though he picked up Devilwalk, you've got to say it, Krims is such a beautiful player in those situations. Unreal.
This is the problem with fnatic. You take JW out of the equation, someone always steps up. Krim's on 16 kills. Just single tap in here. Just pops around. Why not? Straight, you know what? I'll have a look back up the stairs and have myself a second AWP down. It's so easy for him. Just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So, double AWP didn't work out too well for TSM. They're back to the AKs. Olafmeister back in the window with the AWP. He's going to get smoked off. And Devilwalk this time has got even closer. He's got himself inside ramp. Just around the corner, actually, to light. It's Zipnix and Device that are there as well, so the ramp's coming in, bomb's coming his way.
Yeah, this is TSM speeding up their kind of push towards the A bomb side. Devilwalk needs to hold on. Great work from Devilwalk, stopping the 2 pushing up from ramp. And Crimson Olaf can lock down Connector. The one-man threat is now Karrigan on short, but the play coming out from fnatic is on point. They just know what TSM's doing. Now Karrigan can't dig deep enough and will be found in the end by Olaf. But this is similar to what TSM were trying out against Penta. As I said before, nowhere near as refined as this is, as slow as cautious. But TSM just try and make that collapse on towards A. However, the difference being fnatic locking it the hell down. Pushing up by A ramp then was brilliant. Those two were just gone. And then you saw Olaf and Krims going to work. But double AWP back in the hands of fnatic now. They can afford it. Why not?
I reckon Flush has been getting a little bored over on B side. Finally, it looks like he might be tested. It looks like they are coming his way. He's ready, though, with the AWP. Device is going to be the one that's going to come around the corner. Flusher doesn't flinch. Immediately pulls the trigger, takes him down. Olafmeister peeking down. Oh, he saw the heads, didn't he? Just drops the nade on the head. Goes to work with that pistol. And just collects himself a double. Can he make it a triple? Karrigan goes down. There's the AWP. It's all too easy for fnatic right now. TSM are not testing them. Maybe there's a little wait, there's a little lull. We thought they were getting a little deathmatch warm-up with Penta, but it seems that fnatic had a little training regime of their own, and it involved bringing in Devilwalk.
Maybe that's the difference when the coach is playing, you know? It's kind of like coach mentality.
Everybody
just
focus.
Put me in, you know? Put me in and I'll get the job done. But from the sidelines, Devilwalk's clearly been paying attention. He knows how these guys like to play, and he's fitting in well. Going to actually go aggressive mid with the support of Olaf behind him. They're going to be scared to peek Olaf, so it will give Devilwalk a couple of seconds to get a shot off. Whether or not they expect Crims there as well is a very different matter. And a 1-for-1 exchange. Not really leaving Fnatic in the best spot. And yeah, bad timing then means Dupree catches out Devil.
Yeah, spun around just at the second, and suddenly TSM are on a little mission here. Flushes all the way around to CT spawn on A site. So he'd switch position.
And now they're going B.
Yeah, the bomb's making its way over there. Carrigan's going around. And he's actually caught in no man's land on A side. Zipnix will be the man that picks the kill up as they rush to get that Dragonlord from the floor. But look at the kills. Grims, Olaf Meister, Devilwalk. Everybody doing well. TSM getting their third round on the board. They have to start getting a little something going here on the T side because the best they can hope for is a 9-6.
Yeah, and I don't think Fnatic's going to let them get that. Like, for me, TSM is classically a better CT side. They've shown real power on their T side recently. Maybe not so much on this map, but previous to now they certainly have. But I want to see what they can do on their CT side as Pronax and Flusher start walking up towards B, and that's a terrible mistake. Device is there, and I think he expects another as well.
And he was right to. Didn't happen though. Fnatic though on a heavy rotate here. Crims is actually going to stop off and go window. Olaf Meister's coming back around, so they maybe suspected this was a little bit of a fake, but it's not. We can see it on the mini-map. The bomb already at short. Device is trying to keep them busy. TSM have already pushed in. Dupree heavy here in connector. Zipnix is backed away. KGB's rotating
Where's
all the way
Flusher
around to
right
A
now?
site. Flusher's...
Oh, he's still just pushed up in the apps.
Yeah, it's just got... Device kind of sensed he was there, but the bomb's coming towards A site. KGB on the rotate.
The big point here is that Olaf is still alive. Carrigan, I don't know if he's in ladder room yet. I think he is. Yeah, he is. Carrigan just got himself into ladder room from short, and that's going to remove Olaf from that jungle spot. That's what wasn't happening, that TSM didn't need to go to. But now Flusher pushing around behind him, just underneath, just looking for this Devilwalk hops up, not going to get that shot off. And now Flusher has to get past so much to even get a shot towards the site. And Carrigan is a step away here. He'll spot him out first. Nice work. Crim's already got the first towards Dupree. So it's a 3v2, but they're quite well set up for this.
Yeah, that Molly is going to go into the corner. Zipnix was there. It's not quite on him, though. Device holding the angle, expecting someone to come up high. Will get flashed out. They got one in Tetris as well. Device completely flashed out. Good push there from Flusher, but will get taken down by KGB. Crim's on site, but... well, he's got through Mem just to find. Gets one, doesn't get the second. KGB comes out on top. Fourth round for TSM. They do make the rotate work this time. I wondered if we were going to see a repeat performance of what they did against Penta. They had 4 men at B. They could have pushed in easily, but instead chose to go all the way around the back. This time, they make it work. They make use of those smokes.
Ooh, and a scout burp for Flusher. Maybe just going to take that over to B and just hop away at the bottom by the van. And I think they just... It looks like they got a little bit kind of flustered when they lost control of mid then. Once though, you know, Carrigan got himself up towards short, once all those kind of plays started to come into place, TSM just seemed to take control of the later game, but I have to see if they can manage that again. Olaf this time not sticking by window too long. He's going to adjust around towards jungle. Ooh, and Dupree actually spotted him out here. That's quite important.
Devilwalk just went all the way down A ramp and went all the way around. He knows the information. He got them all the information. They know they're all in mid. There's nobody pushing around ramp. Zipnik's the only man, but Dupree's going straight up connector. Devilwalk, because he's seen this, he's kind of faked himself. Look at him. They're on the complete rotate towards B side, but TSM are all going to A.
All right, now we are watching Pronax, but he's just still dodging around. Devilwalk comes back. A's a lot easier to retake in my eyes, but at the moment, Zipnik's landing that one's going to make it even harder work. Carrigan getting set up in towards jungle straight up. We got KGB and Zipnik's on the side. Zipnik's in that regular corner as Olaf is going to start making his way around. He knows he plays there. You can see just under the box with an AWP. You can see the feet. You can land a shot, but there will be someone closer. And sadly for Olaf, Cajun B was tucked into the corner far sooner. But TSM, the difference between the start and now is them taking complete control of mid and working off the back of it. They don't even necessarily need to get a pick, but they're just locking people out so quickly and making it such hard work to gather any information on where they want to go.
These last 3 rounds have been vital for TSM. Starting to recover what could have been a pretty tragic T-side for them, but 9-6 is almost a certainty now, unless fnatic can pull off something special here.
Nothing certain with fnatic.
You never know, you never know. flusha actually going deep. Nobody's actually watching on Van at the moment. So they've all pushed heavily up. Look at them all going straight up mid. They go
flusha
pushing forward with the pistols. flusha will hear the footsteps, but he's going to be so late to the rotate. He's only got the Deagle in hand, tries to land a couple of shots through the window, but now they know TSM got complete control of B site.
Yeah, but I like the still peek. They're boosting him up on towards the box, but Device already watching in towards the kitchen. Oh, and Pronax had to land that to stand even a chance getting back to this one, as Devilwalk, sadly, and flusha don't have much to work with. Devilwalk does come in towards the site. Almost stop the plant, but Xyp9x will close out the round. So, all in all, it was more that TSM just seemed to fix those mid plays. They started to really gain control, not die to Olaf early on, and actually take their half of mid into their hands.
So 4 rounds on the bounce at the end there for TSM, getting themselves 9-6 to fnatic in the first half. Pistol round will be on the way in just a second. But fnatic light, I don't know if we can call it fnatic light with Devilwalk in there.
Devil's got his own little style, you know. I can't.
He's a major winner. You can't take that away from him. He's won 1 major, which is just as much as quite a few of the other members in there. He won a DreamHack.
Yeah.
Won the first major.
Yeah. He also dropped his pants at a DreamHack as well.
Well, that was when he won it. That was when he won it. It was a bet. And what was his original name? Swag bitches and YOLO. No, swag YOLO and bitches. There we go. It's what he likes to remind us every single time he throws it out there. That's where it all began for fnatic. It's interesting roots, but nonetheless, here we go. Pistols. Julie's picked up for Device. Tech9 for Olaf Meister. And can the tank make it count? The man that made, effectively, the Tech9 get nerfed. A little.
I don't know. You tell him that. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with it. Yeah, as you said. TSM, just going to have to sit this one back, see what fnatic do, and just respond accordingly. It's pretty much how these rounds go. TSM not overly committing towards the speed play yet. TSM still have players further back in this, but Carrigan's doing wonderfully. Picking up 2 then, leaving Devilwalk with 6 HP and very few options. He's still got a smoke, and a bomb plant doesn't happen either. That's a lot of money missed out on, sadly. Yeah,
he managed to clutch it last time around in a one-on-one in the pistol, but this time wasn't to be. And now TSM can build themselves up a little momentum here and maybe pull it back to 9-9. We'll see how the pistol works for fnatic. What are they going to go with? It's going to be head armor. It's going to be a scout in there as well. So head armor all around apart from Devilwalk. Everybody else with the Tech9s and Deagles.
He's on scouting. Let's see what Devilwalk's got. I want to see what he can bring now. He's got to bring the scout power. The others are there to tag him up so he can drop him down, and I want to see him do that. We've got Olaf and Crims coming in towards underpass. Not really seeing much. They might even boost someone up if they fancy it, or just go straight in for the challenge. And in response to that, TSM are like, all right, screw that. I'm going to sit as far back as possible. I don't really want to challenge you guys up close and personal. And Cajun B starting to get a little bit edgy on short there. You can see him actually getting tagged up as well. So Crims working his way through. Smoke comes out, and they get a little bit more freedom in mid to work.
flusha taking a little peek over at Palace, but he's buying time. Crims trying to creep up behind them, and he will come out on top. Dupree goes down. Now Device, after pushing on flusha, gets himself back on towards A side. Carrigan gets Devilwalk down. Pronax, yeah, he's with the bomb, and he's actually waiting for Xyp9x on short.
If he kills Xyp9x, he would probably get to be faster than the others. Oh, I don't think he knew how close Xyp9x was just to that corner. And sadly, kind of the moments past. Xyp9x, oh, does go down. Cajun is going to try and make a quick play for it, but Pronax should at least get the bomb down now.
He'll get the plant. He's picked up the MP9. Will get himself one. That's a good chunk of change there. There's the flash. Can he get the second? Oh, Carrigan crouched just below the vital first shot. And TSM will get the defuse, but Pronax got himself a chunk of change, getting himself the double kill and the defuse in there. So, rifles for fnatic. First time around on the T side. Let's see what they can do with it. TSM Of course, one round away from drawing it equal. And more importantly, starting to build up a bit of momentum on the CT side. Karrigan's going to be the man with the AWP. And we're going to see a full buy. It's not going to be a full buy for fnatic. I mean, they did invest quite heavily in the last round with the head armors and the Tech 9s.
I'm just more surprised it's Karrigan taking that AWP. Just signing he wants to go with it. Fair enough, don't see why not. But fnatic looking like they want to go towards A. Pretty darn quick as well, actually. They're speeding themselves up here. Karrigan's back around. They're already out on Tetris. Karrigan gets a little peek up. Gets on towards the side of it. Karrigan lands a second, but there come the kills. And fnatic actually getting this far without the smokes, without much to it. Now dupreeh's going to have to just adjust accordingly. Yeah,
he's got to wait for Xyp9x. Xyp9x is going to come around. He's going to switch off dupreeh. Wow, you're really going to go all the way around now? He's just checking out, clearing out things. No, he is. He's going all the way around. It's a real long rotate from dupreeh. Going to go all the way through the T-spawn. Xyp9x, I think he's just going to simply maybe go for some exits. Have they got the time? It's been a long run. That bomb's been ticking the whole time. Yeah, you can hear it. If he's going to go for it, he's going to have to go straight in. Defuse on Xyp9x. So if Xyp9x goes down, this is a problem. But dupreeh does come around. The surprise factor's there. Crims is there. dupreeh, I don't think he's quite got time. He got to get the kit. No, not quite. It was a very long rotate for dupreeh. They get the kills, but not going to be the defuse. And fnatic will pick up the round.
To be fair to him, though, I don't think they would have been able to even get to that situation without being him, going on that rotate. Oh, and he doesn't quite make it to the AWP either. That was actually really important for him to do that.
Yeah, big round for them. TSM also, though, now completely screwed. They've got the scout thrown out there. There's going to be the single M4, but that is about all they can afford. Devil with the Tech 9, everybody else AKs and head armor.
Let's see if he can do anything. I don't think he'll make much of that one, just there to pick up the pieces if anything goes wrong. Or just take away any guns from the position. Maybe just ideally find dupreeh. Take that gun out of his hands. You can see Devilwalk is lurking towards A, so certainly in the right direction. As Olaf, Flusher, Crims, and Pronax start building up towards mid. And fnatic looking a little bit better here. Karrigan is close by, though. Karrigan could be the one to stop the push, but no. Flusher makes his way through, and now it's down to just dupreeh on this A site if they make the play for it. But that's what Devilwalk wanted, to get the gun out of the game. He can pick that one up in a second if he feels safe enough to do so. He doesn't, he backs away, but Device, Flusher, what are you doing? Check your corners. He gets caught out. Crims will thankfully pick up the pieces. But now cajunb and Xyp9x, the last two standing.
Xyp9x is actually going the right way. He's chasing. He might get an angle on them down the T-spawn here. He's going to see Olaf Meister doesn't quite get him down range instead. Yes, he does. Long range with the pistol. Didn't get the Pronax, though. And that was the vital one, because he was the one carrying the bomb. It's just going to be an AK rescued for Xyp9x, and he's going to run and hide.
Yeah, can't blame him on that one. That makes sense. Even though he probably could do something, Devilwalk's on 9. Crims is pretty low. Pronax, though, still is sitting on 61 HP, and he's only down to 15. So, going to retrieve beautiful Fire Serpent, get himself away. But yeah, that was just nicely done on every front from fnatic. Taking control in mid, pushing themselves up and close. TSM didn't really have the utility or weapons to make much of a difference then in mid, in my opinion at least. So they just kind of got overwhelmed. So at least Xyp9x does get out with something. He's got the head armor. He has all of the smokes and flashes he still wanted, and an AK to boot. So really, he kind of benefited from this round more than anything, aside from the round loss. So, 11-8, match is paused, and maybe we just want to fix a couple of issues.
So, see who's paused it. I'm guessing it's TSM, because they realise pressure very much on them here. Maybe a little bit of blushes as well, when they know that JW is being substituted by Devilwalk, who himself is actually doing pretty well. He's got 15 kills on the board. He's the second highest fragger for fnatic. 25 for Crims, picked up a chunk of them in the opening few rounds. Olaf Meister 13. And like you said, Flusher. Well, Flusher didn't really have anything to shoot at for the first 8 rounds. Nobody went B site. Nobody went his direction. fnatic, though, starting things off well. Crims top of the board for fnatic and gets himself the opening kill.
Certainly does. Xyp9x, big impact player, though. You're not going to get past him too easily. Now, Karrigan might be into a little bit of trouble here. 3 players pushing up. He's going to be swept aside, and B's looking quite vulnerable. Xyp9x is there early, but those players might be able to cross this. Oh, he just doesn't get that first shot off. Yeah, this is the AK that he rescued from the last round, and like you said, he needed to get that first shot. Does manage to get Olaf Meister down, but realised his flusher's on site. Crims, though,
He's going to hear Dupree coming, I think. Crims yet. Here's Dupree coming around the side there. So not able to sneak into the site. Cajun B is going to back away with that M4. He's going to run for his life. And it's going to be the 12th round for fnatic. This is definitely starting to look like a good T-side performance from them now. That will be the 3rd round in a row. Starting to build up that money. Keep hold of the weapons as well, more importantly. TSM, though, they should be able to buy in the next round. They've kind of gone a half mishmash in the last 2. Of course, did just go for that pause. And now they're going to have to make it work for them because they're already 4 rounds down. So, big rifle round for TSM here. Can they stop the rot?
It's kind of funny looking back at, let's say when TSM was still a mixture of some of the Dignitas team, and known as Team Dignitas, the likes of Dupree and Zipnix in it. Actually, Devilwalk never played this good even against them back when it was in the main lineup when they had like Schneider in there and people like that. So, kind of see maybe Devilwalk's actually improved over all these years, or maybe just got better teammates. I don't know. But still, 12-8, Dupree up close and personal with Olof. And normally this, I'd say, would work out in Dupree's favour. However, Olof can hit these shots, and it kind of gets a little bit scary when he does that. But Devilwalk, Crims, Pronax still taking their time, just kind of finding their footing in this map. Olof is smoked out, going to have to adjust. And fnatic looking like they want to close in towards A just from where Crims is, but they still need that pick to work off.
Yeah, the bomb's still very much all the way around towards the T-spawn. Olofmeister and Flusher on the full rotate. They're going to head around there, see what else they can get from this one. Devilwalk's been probing Zipnix over on B site. Pronax also trying to get something around the window. Maybe push up on short. Cajun B's holding the angle at short, so if Pronax were to come around this corner, ooh, just stepped around the corner, but he had grenade in hand. Will try and maybe flash himself out there, but look at the 3 stack in apartments. Zipnix is about to get very busy, but he is ready and waiting. That's a good flash. He's going to start things off. He's going to catch them all out, but he doesn't manage to get the shots. They stop things. They slow it down. Olofmeister actually boosting himself up there. They're yet to get a kill, and he's just caught out in the corner, and this is fnatic just brute forcing their way into the site.
It was really smartly done as well, using the window, not even bothering to challenge down Zipnix, just going a different way, overcoming the odds, and now Dupree is nowhere to be found. Crims knows he didn't push through connector. He was their kind of launch pad towards that B site, holding the straight up rotate. And now you can see Crims just straight up hunting like, okay, screw you, Dupree. You're not going to get away with that gun if I can help it. Dupree might be challenged out very soon by Crims, but those AK bullets are going to give away a little bit of the game.
Is he going to challenge it? He fancies it.
Oh, Dupree, don't turn around.
He knows it's coming. 74 health, that's all he's got. Doesn't matter, Crims. Top of the board and proving why. Winning out that duel simply. 13-8 fnatic. Just 3 rounds from victory. And their perfect score here in the ESL ESEA Pro League could be continuing. 28 frags for Crims. Dominating the board right now.
Yeah, and taking away from the fact that Devilwalk is in this lineup, it's not the same fnatic. Crims has been having a great game individually. And as we can see for TSM, they still have the AWP with Cajun, but with not much else, which is kind of unique. But hey, he's doing nicely. Takes down Flusher. Spots out a second on towards ramp. Maybe just to throw a little bit of a corkscrew into the mix. But yeah, Crims' performance has been second to none today. And Zipnix catching a little bit of a glimpse towards connector. Not going to get the shot towards Devilwalk, but knows his presence is there.
Cajun B has to be pivotal. Tries to get up and above the smoke, but they're so ready for him. The second he shows his head, Crims takes it off. Device gets himself one on Pronax. But that is about all. And fnatic once again clean up. That's the 30th for Crims there as well. Dominant performance from him. 14-8 fnatic have been so strong so far on the T side as well as the CT side. TSM though, last chance saloon for them. Carrigan gets the AWP. Everybody else M4's just the FAMAS for Cajun B after going in the AWP in the last round. So if they lose this one, it's game over.
Exactly that. Really need to get this. And oh, that Molly's great coming out from fnatic as well. Going to make it harder, but Carrigan actually still has the peak on towards this, but just about makes it away unscathed. And we're seeing slowly but surely fnatic once again locking down mid, Olof looking towards B, and they just have a pan. They've got that rhythm to it now that they know what they're doing. Olof actually getting caught out by Zipnix, and I don't know where Zipnix was. He just kind of adjusted through. Was he really jumping when he did that? I kind of almost hope not, but you never know with Zipnix, and now fnatic doing what they did before. Adjusting through the window, but Zipnix is aware this time. He's not having that trick pull on him twice, and Devil goes down. The bomb is loose on the site.
Oh, and Zipnix once again gets another. Well, they had to come up big, and they did. fnatic just running into a hail of bullets there over on B site. 14-9, TSM not done and dusted yet, but fnatic, of course, built up such a bank that they can just buy straight back into this one. And they will be challenging Olafmeister this time with the AWP. Everybody else on the AKs. fnatic pushing in. Carrigan, where's he going to go with that AWP? This time around, he's going straight over to B site. Is it going to be short? No, he's expecting them to go towards B, I think, and you can see Olaf and Pronex are already in mid.
Let's see where he might take that one. Zimnik's pushing up aggressively in those B halls, though, is going to give them a lot of information. Devilwalk's going to have to be cautious here. I don't know if he heard a step. He may have done. But he's being very, very cautious, and he needs to be careful. If he gets caught out, that's a lot of information and a lot of control given to TSM, saying, hey guys, there's no one near B. We've got complete lockdown of this side. Keep your eyes on mid and A. Well, caution aplenty, it doesn't matter. Devil just comes out on top, taking down Zipnix. But now on the other side of the map on A, it was definitely TSM's favour, but Crims is still standing. And my mind goes back to what he achieved last time when he was towards his side, picking up that beautiful one-tap towards Carrigan. He might have to do that again.
Well, Flusher did get taken down in apartments, but Olafmeister's replaced him there now, so he's starting to push up to get that little peek in Palace. Device has got to be aware of that. There's nobody really looking that way, and the second that smoke clears, he's going to be visible, trying to tuck himself in sandwich. But Devilwalk and Crims now making the move. Pronax is going to drop into window as well. He's going to find Cajun B. Device is going to find one. They're going to walk straight in towards him. Pronax was taken down in window, so it's down to a 2-on-2. Cajun B coming around. Carrigan's on the rotate all the way to CT site with the AWP. Olafmeister not looking that direction just yet. Now he's setting up for it, hoping that he can get a glimpse. Crims in Palace. Carrigan knows that he's there. He just can't get an angle. Now he does. Gets himself exactly what he needs. Cajun B strikes as well. And that will be a simple defuse. TSM starting to get a little momentum here. That's 2 rounds on the bounce. Can they take this all the way?
Well, we're going to find out very soon. Fnatic's economy is not going to be wonderful now. Might be down to the tech. Or, you know, seeing what they bring out. Maybe just some P250s. And at the moment, it looks very clean. Actually, no, they're going to force into this one. They're going Galil's, a rifle. And Devilwalk, well, he does at least get an AK, no armor, though. So this is a really interesting purchase. Just wanting to get this one going, just force their way through this. Let's see if they can make something with these Galils. Looks a little different this time, though.
Pronex going fast up short there.
Yeah, the double smoke actually working in his favour very well. Double flash, pushes in, has control, and actually they could do well on B if, well, they actually landed a shot.
And well, Dupree proving that he had the better of them there. Carrigan comes out as well. And now that is going to put fnatic in a troublesome position, because that's going to be 14-11. And fnatic are going to be completely broke. TSM should be able to get themselves... Well, I mean, they don't need to get anything, because they are in a great situation. Actually starting to build their bank up. And we can see fnatic is going to go P250s. And this could take it to, what, 14-12? Fnatic should be able to buy up back after that, but what was looking like a simple game for Fnatic, just a simple case of closing it out, suddenly become looking like a likelihood of becoming almost close to a draw for TSM here.
Yeah, but I guess can you imagine how much they're missing the presence of JW?
Yeah,
would have been lovely right now. A couple of opening picks here and there, those kind of, you know, JW magic moments, but they've got it to a 2v2. Crims can't get a gun, though, so this could be a problem. But Pronax has a molly and a gun.
Oh, Zipnix lands the Kobe on towards Crims. Pronax will just gun down, and Cajun B will get in and clean things up. Zipnix clicks himself for the AWP and the defuse. And now it's 14-12. Here we go. Right, Fnatic back on the rifles. Let's see what they can do, because... well, if they lose this one, they should be okay again. We'll see what they go with the buy. Okay, Olafmeister. Oh, okay, double AWP coming out. Crims choosing to go for it. Why not? You know, Crims has got 33 frags on the board. He's by far and away the top frag. Had a good spawn. We'll see where they're going to go with it. Pronex is going to be the man that peaks, but nobody in window for TSM.
I just want to see how this round plays out. I want to be a viewer rather than a caster. This is... pretty unique. Crims wanted to take that AWP.
Karrigan's took the AWP short as well.
He's also spotted out Xyp9x, but Xyp9x has been really solid in that spot. Don't know if I'd even want to try and challenge it. It looks like fnatic may want to just look towards A late on, but Karrigan moving up, finding Pronax is going to make that very hard work.
So that's one man down. Crims is still peeking. Devilwalk was trying to get himself through underpass here. He's actually going to back up, going back towards Crims. Flusher. Oh, look at Device. Device has got all the way around the back. Flusher's going to get completely caught out. Device is in T-spawn right now. Flusher completely unaware of this. Crims is actually picking up the bomb and heading towards him. Device manages to get the kill. He's going to run straight into him. Crims suddenly realizes it. Panic, turn around. But he's going to get himself scoped up. Device, though, doing the damage. And that is Crims down, AWP down, bomb down. And suddenly we find ourselves in a really weird situation. Xyp9x gets around the back of Devilwalk, and olofmeister has it all to do.
And this man can work wonders, but this one might be a little bit too much. Only with 25 seconds left, he's going to try and keep hold of the AWP, keep it in his hands. cajunB looking to take it away from him, but not quite close enough, I don't think. But all in all, yeah, this is a topsy-turvy game. fnatic should have had this a long time ago, but they've been struggling to make impact into these rounds. They're just not getting the openers they seem to do when they have the likes of JW so close by. Karrigan goes for a cheeky little no-scope. Oh, olofmeister, what an absolute
Can he do another?
beast.
Oh,
Just
couldn't quite, but he lives, he lives. They're going to chase him down. cajunB's got to get onto him, and he's going to get away with the AWP as well.
Call him Harry Potter, the boy who lived. But still, 13-14. TSM are playing so solid at the moment. That's the point, right? They just aren't letting them get openers. fnatic are finding nothing easy. There's no way they can get into these sites. 5
CT rounds running for TSM. They built themselves up a bank, and that's what they've needed. fnatic can buy back into it, but it's just a little for Crims this time around. Went for that AWP, remember. olofmeister, oh, so close to peeking. Karrigan is there in window. He's going to see him, and he lands the shot. And that could well be a vital one. Device is pushed up close, deep. He's going to catch out Devilwalk. Pronax will get the revenge. They're going to push up, but that molly is going to stow things down. Flush has jumped in on site. Dupree realizes it, picks him off around the side, and now just Crims and Pronax remain over on the ramp. They try and peek. They get instantly flashed straight out. And that grenade straight at the feet means that Pronax is the last man standing. And we are suddenly at a tied game, 14-14. What was looking like a game done and sealed by fnatic has suddenly been drawn all the way back by TSM. 6 rounds back-to-back to get themselves right back in it.
And I hate to say that, but this is almost fnatic just missing that JW presence, not having the opener, not having that big impact play. Even when they get the start, it's not enough they can just build straight off of. And now fnatic's economy is really pretty poor. They've got a couple of Tech 9s in there, a CZ, and they're trying to do what they can, but Karrigan feeling confident. Gonna peek out to mid. He does catch the toes of Flusher, and it's enough, but he gets pushed swiftly by Pronax, and maybe they can just keep applying pressure, but fnatic looks scrappy here.
Device, though, tucked himself in dark. Are they going to check his position? They get Dupree down on site. There's Device. Guts managed to get one.
1v1.
But it's not all. Xyp9x in a 1v1. Oh, he's creeping through smoke. That grenade's going to pass by, but look, he's not looking. It's Xyp9x that's going to catch the back of Crims. And now, TSM on match point. Not beaten by fnatic on Mirage in 2015. He was looking like that might get broken. Crims at 34 kills. Just not able to take fnatic over the finishing line here. And now TSM in the final round. Everybody's got rifles. Everybody has everything to play for. Remember, there is no draws in the ESL ESEA Pro League. If it goes to overtime...
Now, I was saying they need an opener. That's 1.5. Follow up by Olof. They don't want me to go home anytime early right now. Pronax and Olof picking up the kills. It's down to Xyp9x and cajunB. It looks like we're going to overtime. It looks like I'm getting no sleep tonight because Olof has done wonderfully. And now that is fnatic finally turning up.
Wow.
But how can you ever depend on someone like, Devil just hit that shot in mid?
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, just comes around the corner. Wazda, as it's someone sometimes referred to, just comes screaming around the corner. Fantastic stuff. Karrigan taken down. So 6 round back-to-back for TSM to drag themselves back there. For another last hurdle, they fall. 15-15, all square. We're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. There is no draws in the Pro League. So as soon as they are ready to go, we will be ready to go. Just means we need to get back into the game. So fnatic, even with a substitute, pushing TSM all the way.
You say that, right? But fnatic on their T side wasn't fantastic.
No.
They really weren't. And they were missing the impact that JW has. They were missing what he brings to the plate. Luckily, in that final round, you know, Devilwalk hits a shot that you wouldn't really bank on him hitting, and then Olof kind of finds his footing and it spirals, which is perfectly fine. It's great when that happens, but it didn't happen 6 rounds in a row beforehand, and they didn't get any executions working towards A. They struggled on towards B with Xyp9x there. fnatic, I don't think, are going to do too well in this overtime unless they get a very clean CT side.
We'll see. We'll get it underway in a moment. It's going to be 10,000 start, I believe. Well, as soon as we get in there, I actually think we've only had one more overtime in this so far, in the Pro League so far.
Not sure.
Not too sure myself. They're not ready to go yet. I'm just looking at the pistols, so they're not live yet. But what do we see? So you're saying basically, I mean, it's going to be TSM starting out as the CT side, I believe, because obviously that's where they ended on. And we've just seen once they got going, they were starting to get very confident, and fnatic were finding it hard to break them down and get anything on the board. Apart from that, just random shot coming round into mid.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
A little bit of luck.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. I think fnatic are very talented, correct. But once TSM understood what they were trying to do, once they just stopped allowing them opening picks, they were playing very heavily on these sites. Xyp9x was the unmovable object on B. I think it was very difficult for fnatic. If they were able to find these opening picks very quickly, then we might be fine. But I feel as though this might be just a step too far almost. I'm not sure. fnatic need to find something, a little bit of an extra gear here.
So, overtime is on. Device finds the first kill. And that was actually getting up close and personal. Very aggressive stuff. Olofmeister, oh, he's caught. He's burning out. He's down to 29. That was a brilliant molly. Forcing him to back away there. Xyp9x, I wonder if he realized just how close he was to taking him out. And Olofmeister actually, he thought about pushing through the smoke there. But he is going to slow things down and back away. Looking towards Palace, you can see Dupree there just below. Crims was peeking. Device with his back to him. Dupree underneath, so nobody expecting at the moment. Nobody looking Crims' direction because Devilwalk's been a distraction down in mid.
Let's see. There's still so much time on the board. They're still looking for that follow-up here, and it's not going to happen. Device denies Crims. Pronax is almost impossible to get into the site. He's got the bomb right now. Devilwalk's done great. That's fantastic in mid. But he'd have to take down Device and then assume Pronax would check dark, or Olofmeister gets one pick onto B. But with 28 seconds, Pronax doesn't really have enough time to get back around there.
Devilwalk's got to come out in this duel, and he won't. Device will be ready and waiting for him. Pronax pushes up to Tetris. Olofmeister's making a fast sprint straight up connector. It's not going to work out. Xyp9x is ready and waiting. He sees him, and he will gun him down. And actually, it turns out to be a fantastic round for TSM. Just losing the one-man Cajun B. Solid start for them on the CT side. What we expected.
Yeah, more specifically, Device that round, picking up 4. Really big round for him. Stopping mid, stopping A ramp, and Palace. He was, he became Xyp9x of A. So, as I said, I want to see fnatic find a way in. They just seem to be trying the same thing and hoping that a couple of times it'll work out, which I guess maybe that's just what they're waiting on, for that little bit of a difference to kick in that they don't quite get with Devilwalk in the mix. But still, early nade does find Pronax a little. Devilwalk goes down. That's not a great start.
Yeah, Carrigan. Good early scope from him. Crims trying to get something. Device actually backing out of Kitchen, forced away from there. Olofmeister, you can see, was scoped up there. Flusher still probing over on A, and he does manage to find Cajun B. Backs away, that was in Palace. Olofmeister, meanwhile, creeping his way up connector here. Constantly having to check his back because Xyp9x is the man. Smoked off at the moment, hasn't pushed through. Olofmeister could be vital in this one. The rest of his team taking a slow rotate all around T side. Olofmeister, though, in a completely obscure position compared to the rest of his team. Could be a big difference. Look at Device, so he's not looking this way, and Device will catch him out. Dupree on ramp will catch one, go catch two. And fnatic's attack is just cut down in its tracks. Flusher, the Soul Man, gets Carrigan down. But he has so much to do. They're still pretty low on health. Xyp9x the highest, and it's Xyp9x that sees him. It's going to be the second round on the board in overtime. TSM 17-15 up.
Yeah, TSM comfy now. They know they've done enough to feel okay. I think, sadly, I throw my mind back to the power that Carrigan had doing what Olof did then, sneaking through window, getting around to the back of B and opening up. But just Olof not having that same luck. Device is a little too quick on the on the thought of that one. But now what can Fnatic do? They've been investing heavily, so Devilwalk and Olaf are a little bit skin here. And once again, back to the similar start, but with more presence on towards B. So if that could work out, sadly, mid won't go so well.
Carrigan's been on point, other than that single Devilwalk run-in in the final round of normal time. Here we go, 4-man stack, piling straight in towards Xyp9x. That grenade on point, catching 3 members right behind him. Now completely fashed up. Xyp9x just slowing everything down. He knows he's got the cover fire. cajunb there with him. And that was just all too easy. Fish in a barrel.
But throw our minds back to Xyp9x and how he played whenever Fnatic actually did do these pushes on the T side towards B. He was always by the van, and you can see him clearly noting the Fnatic then, as soon as you put even a small amount in their way, a small blocking factor, they'll go straight to the window, overwhelm, go straight to site, ignore van, and get the bomb down. He immediately adjusted, went around, and then actually challenged from just underneath the window, which is a super hard shot to hit for the T side. It makes it very awkward. So nicely done by individually what likes of Xyp9x can do. But now we're going to see it from the other side of the coin. TSM only need 1 more round. So 1 out of 3, they've got to do something here. They've been getting, I feel, a lot closer on some of their T rounds, and I think they'll be confident here. That's the bigger thing.
Could Crimsby a big factor? He worked well on A site with Devilwalk early on, and that's where he's going once again. Olafmeister heads his way into window. Carrigan's going to be the man that challenges, but the smoke immediately comes in, and that keeps Olafmeister out of it. Flusher's actually going to be the man that takes a little peek around on short. And we can see that grenades just dropping, and dupreeh's going to creep up. There's 2 people waiting for him, but he manages to get one. It was Olafmeister that was checking, but Crims replies. While that was happening, Flusher got Carrigan down on short as well. cajunb with the bomb, still at the top of mid. Devices checking with Pronax. Oh, very close from Pronax, almost managing to take him down. Xyp9x, though, he picks up a kill on Devilwalk. He's got himself in towards A side. That molly is going to be on the top of Crims's head. Doesn't matter. The bullet finds him, and this could be the round. This could be it.
Xyp9x is playing out of his mind. He's already got 2, and those 2 were massive as well. Opening up the site and then securing it. If he gets Pronax, this is such a big impact play. Not only his work on B. Nice smoke to block off Flusher. Takes the 3rd, and already Device ready for the rotate. He might have caught a glimpse. He did. TSM clinically shut it down in overtime. You've got to give credit where it's due. In those last couple of rounds, Xyp9x turned up. He was quiet on B. He wasn't getting much of the action. But when it did come towards him, he was just completely unmovable.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. TSM dragged themselves back. I think it was 14-8 at one point, but they pulled themselves all the way back to overtime. And then, don't drop a heartbeat in overtime, do they? 4-0 clean sweep there. So, TSM continue their win streak. Yes, JWE wasn't playing. Yes, he's ill. Devilwalk came in. Actually did a pretty damn good job, no doubt about it. You can tell, obviously, he's still got his skills in there, keeping himself fresh.
Matchmaking just really working out well for you, Devilwalk.
Maybe he was calling the shots. You know, they've had a few little changes in there. Maybe he's just like, you know what, guys, I got this. But
I hope not. I hope for their sake. I pray to sweet Jesus.
So, Fnatic, they are defeated for the first time in the ESL ESEA Pro League. That was their first loss. TSM, big important win for them, of course. They've got themselves 2 wins today, taking down Penta earlier on. And, of course, well, Virtus Pro, we didn't get to see them play Navi. If you missed that one, it was postponed, so you didn't miss it really at all. Sadly, there was a few problems. Navi not quite able to get onto the server. So let's take a quick look at what the results were for today. Of course, I've pretty much covered them there. Virtus Pro was the other one, obviously taking down Penta. Penta just still not quite in it. They're a little out of their league at the moment in this league.
They really are. They need to kind of catch up. It's nothing too surprising. Sadly, we missed out on the first game of the day. That will be postponed and replayed at a later date. However, following that, as you said, Virtus Pro looking good. I don't think they were challenged in the games they played. But the end game, sadly, once again, we didn't see JW in the lineup, but a good game regardless between those 2.
Yeah, let's check out, of course, don't forget there is more action tonight in around about 3 hours' time. Actually, not too sure on the clock right now. Yeah, when you're waking up. That'll be coming up in North America, of course. CLG up against Keed. That's Cloud9, sorry, up against Keed. Massive game, the first one of the night.
Yeah, it's pretty much the defining game, I think, for quite some time. Looking at the standings, Keed are certainly working their way up, and there's one team standing above them. And, well, it's Cloud9, but CLG definitely looking like they need a game win or 2. They've been struggling, actually. From what I was going to say about them, their LAN performance was a little bit hit and miss, let's say. They weren't quite there yet, so I'm hoping maybe they fix some stuff going back. But I'm not too sure if they've had time. And if Keatstars pick this up, they'll be the only undefeated team in the league so far.
Yeah, I would say doing a bit of a Fnatic, but Fnatic just got beat. Of course, coming up tomorrow in Europe, there is yet more big games. Can Hellraisers get themselves a win? NIP, they're looking for wins as well themselves, and they've got, as I say, Hellraisers' first game, Titan the second game. Titan, after a great performance over in London for Gfinity, didn't have such a good performance yesterday, but some massive matches. Navi, TSM, Virtus.pro, Dignitas, all very big games tomorrow.
Yeah, assuming all works, all is planned, all goes ahead, it will be a fantastic game. Just from start to finish, there's no weak game in that mix. That's the thing. I hate to say it, Penta are a little bit further behind the curve in the games we had today, but tomorrow's games are on point. Anyone could beat anyone in that mixture. Hellraisers could finally have their day. NIP could start actually performing. Titan could have fixed some of those issues they had or find some of the performance from the offline event. So many of these factors come into place. And hopefully it's going to be a very good play day.
Absolutely. After Gfinity, NIP have got a lot of pressure on their shoulders going out so early in that one. That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the ESL ESEA Pro League. We'll see you tomorrow. You don't forget, in 3 hours' time, that's when America will be kicking off. You want to tune in for that one. Same place, same channel. See you then.